Thank you. It is something we say a lot, perhaps even more often than we realize. It's estimated that people in North America say thank you about 2,000 times a day. Sorry, 2,000 times a year. 2,000 times a day would be a little much, but that's about five times every day, and actually I think that might be an underestimate. The practice of gratitude, of saying thank you, can be very helpful to us, especially at times when things aren't going very well. People of every age say thank you, and children are particularly good at that. In the well-known story Winnie the Pooh, Piglet noticed that even though he had a very small heart, it could hold a rather large amount of gratitude. In a moment, we'll sing a song that some of you may know, if you're young or if you have people in your lives who are. Even though we start out our lives being good at gratitude, it turns out we get even better at it as we get older. Research has shown that our ability to be grateful actually improves with age. One possible reason for this is that as the years go by, we gain enough life experience to recognize the blessings that do come our way. This may be especially true during times of challenge, such as the current pandemic and time of lockdown. When we are aware of suffering and hardship in our own lives and the lives of others, we may notice the things we're thankful for, one quiet thing at a time. When we sincerely express that gratitude to others, to ourselves, and to life itself, we create a circle of giving and receiving that can nourish us each and every day. The Canadian songwriter Raffi has a wonderful song that allows us to say thanks a lot to everything around us. Maybe some of you know it. Thanks to Angela Clausen and a video that she shared this week, I've just learned how to sign thanks a lot. So I'll do that at the same time I'm singing, and I invite you to do the same. If you know the signs for all the words, please offer those as well. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the sun in the sky. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the clouds so high. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the whispering wind. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the birds in the spring. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the moonlit night. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the stars so bright. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the wonder in me. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the way I feel. Thanks for the animals. Thanks for the land. Thanks for the people everywhere. Thanks a lot. Thanks for all I've got. Thanks for all I've got. Now, I don't know about you, but I always feel better after singing that song. And that's no surprise. Scientists have found that when you feel gratitude and express it, it helps you feel better. In one experiment, a group of students who were feeling sad were invited to write letters to people to thank them for things they had done. Even when the letters were not sent, it was found that the process of writing the letter lifted the spirits of the person who wrote it. And then when the letters were shared, they helped build and sustain relationships. When it comes to mental health during the pandemic, or indeed at any time, maintaining and nurturing our connections with others is one of the most important things we can do. I thought it was very interesting that writing the letters made a huge difference even when they weren't sent. It turns out that any feeling or expression of gratitude can help us even if we don't say it out loud or to anyone but ourselves. Here's an interesting experiment we can all try right now. You can do it at home, whether you're a child or an older person. Here are your instructions. When I say start, look around the room, wherever you are, and let yourself notice one thing at a time. When your attention lands on something, say thank you to it, either out loud or silently. Then move on to the next thing you notice, whatever it happens to be, and say thank you to it as well. Depending on where you are, you might notice people or animals near you. You can say thank you to them or even to the people that you see on the screen. I'm going to stop speaking now for about 30 seconds so we can all do this, and I'll mute my audio so you don't hear me saying thank you. Okay, everyone, start. And stop. Like any spiritual practice, this one is personal, and your experience with it may be different than mine. But here's what happened the first time I did this. I noticed that each time my attention landed on a new object, whether it was my telephone, my computer, the books on the shelf, the hardwood floor, the microphone in front of me, saying thank you to it opened my heart to everything it offered in my life. For example, saying thank you to this microphone awakened in me an awareness of how it connects me to other people, including you. Saying thank you to the cartoon taped to my computer reminded me of the laughter that it has brought me for many months now. Most of all, the act of saying thank you brought a softening to me, a tenderness and openness that hadn't been there before, and a sense of deeper connection with everything around me. As I say thank you to each thing in turn, my heart opens a little bit more, and I feel a little more connected to the wholeness of life. When I do this, I don't even have to explain or describe the connection that I feel for the object. Instead, in the instant of saying thank you, either silently or aloud, all of the reasons for gratitude seem to be encompassed in the moment. The Buddhist teacher Tara Brach writes, "Gratitude is like breathing in, letting ourselves be touched by the goodness in others and in our world. Generosity is like breathing out, sensing our mutual belonging and offering our care. When we are awake and whole, breathing in and out happens naturally. That is to say, when we are awake to the interconnections of all life, the rhythm of giving and receiving happens naturally and continually." As we might expect on Thanksgiving weekend, there's a lot being written about gratitude, and perhaps especially now as we cope with the difficult circumstances of our world. Dr. Robert Emmons is the founding editor of the Journal of Positive Psychology, and he's quoted in yesterday's Globe and Mail. He writes that gratitude is the realization that we have everything we need in the moment. Gratitude is, quote, untethered from circumstance and can be cultivated during difficult times. He suggests that this involves seeing more good than bad, even when life is more bad than good. And he goes on to say, though, that this is not for the intellectually lethargic. It requires intention and is the work of a lifetime. In Raffi's song, the line, "Thanks for all I've got," refers to many pleasant things, including the birds in the trees and the whispering wind. But what about all the other things? The things we don't want to experience? Although it may be hard to understand, some people have said that it's possible to say thank you even for things we didn't want. A few years ago, a man named Stephen Colbert had a conversation with a TV host named Anderson Cooper. Stephen is a comedian, so his job is to make people smile and laugh. But the two of them were having a very serious talk because both of them had gone through very sad experiences. Anderson's mother had recently died, and when Stephen was just 10 years old, he lost his father and two of his brothers in a terrible accident. Anderson had heard Stephen say something he didn't understand, and he wanted him to explain it. He said, "Stephen, you have learned to, in your words, love the thing that you most wish had not happened." Love the thing that you most wish had not happened. Do you really believe that? And Stephen said, "Yes, it's a gift to exist. And with existence comes suffering. There's no escaping that." Stephen went on, thinking about how sad it had been to lose his father and brothers. "I don't want it to have happened," Stephen said. "I want it to not have happened. But if you are grateful for your life, then you have to be grateful for all of it. You can't pick and choose what to be grateful for." And Stephen continued, "So what do we get from loss? We get awareness of other people's loss, which allows us to connect with that other person, which allows us to love more deeply and to understand what it's like to be a human being." This Thanksgiving, we have the opportunity to say thank you, even when life may be bringing us challenges we did not want. We have the opportunity to taste life in all its fullness and to see how it nourishes us so we might become more loving and generous people. In Christian churches, the ritual of communion was an invitation to take in life in this thankful way. It was also called the Eucharist, from the Greek eucharistos, meaning grateful. As we join together now for our Harvest Communion ritual, practiced in a new way this year, I'd like to say thank you for listening and for being here. Thanks a lot.